Hello, today I'm going to talk about my ecology project. We have to take care of a plant for 6 months. We had to create the pot and sow the plant from the seed. The question that I have to ask myself was, what plant I'm going to plant? The answer was sunflowers. Why sunflowers? Because I love sunflowers. Helianthus enus, also commonly called sunflower, is an annual herbaceous plant of the Asteraceae family native to Central and North America and cultivated as a food. Scents should be planted 1.3 centimeters deep. Moist should be used when the sprouts reach 30.5 centimeters, where they should be moved to a different place. Place the sunflower in a place where the sun shines on it, but not directly. After the reach, we had to make the pot. We created a flower pot with a plastic bottle that we made in class. We had to wash it, cut it, and paint it. I planted the sunflower seeds in the soil that my father used for all his plants. I watered them every other day, leaving them all the time in the same place under the shade, netting. Signs they have to be in the sun but not directly. I noticed that nothing was coming out, so I investigated further, which I should have done in the first place, and realized that I was drowning it because it only needs water twice a week. So I only watered it twice a week, on Tuesday and Friday. I keep watering the plant twice a week, but still nothing was coming, so I investigated again and saw that it was normal. Since the plant begins to sprout between 5 and 10 days, and I was watering it excessively, so I thought that is why it was taking longer. I decided to take the scents out to see how they were, and they didn't change at all. They were just little watery, but nothing more. So I realized that my flower was not going to continue since they need more sun and more space. I decided that I'm going to switch to a plant that grows easier and is edible. Now what? I was reaching new plant options. Carrot. Daucus carota takes 10 to 20 days to germinate, just leaving it in the water and putting in the sun. Beerset, Phaloris canarensis, take 2 to 3 weeks to germinate. Just plant it, keep the soil moist in the place where the sun shines, but not directly. Tomato, Solamnum lycopersicum, takes 12 to 15 days to germinate, depending on the scents you plant. Below, you will see how the process was of sowing them. New plants. Carrot. I decided to germinate the carrot because it was the easiest and fastest way to do it, and I didn't have to take care a lot of cares. I cut the stem of carrot and put it in a container with water. Put the container in the sun and keep the carrot in water. I followed the steps, but two incidents occurred. The first was that one of my carrots was stolen since I left them outside to get the sun, and the second was that even though that carrot was in water, it started to dry out. This happened because the heat was very strong, and I didn't change the water as constantly as I should have to. Tomato. I saw that I could plant a tomato slice or the sets, so I planted the both ways. Slice. Cut the slice of tomato that looks like it has scents. Place the tomato slice in a pot. Just cover the tomato with a little bit of soil, not completely. Scents. Cut the tomato in half. Scoop the scents out of the tomato with a spoon. Plant the scents in a pot. Just cover the soil a little, not completely. The care of both was the same. It has to be in the sun, but not directly sun, and keep the soil a little moist. My tomato didn't set. It died out, and the scent didn't start to germinate because it was too hot and I didn't water it enough. Grass. I saw that I could plant it directly the ground or germinate it first. I decided to do it without germinate. What's the precise scent? It measured 1 centimeter below the pot. Plant the scents and cover them with soil. The soil has to be thin, so it doesn't get in the way when it grows. So What I did was sieve it, keep the soil moist. When I checked my plant, I was disappointed that there were so many outside, but as the days went by, I saw a stem come out and I was happy. Purple onions, Allium cepa, are usually medium to large in size and have a mild to sweet flavor sweetened with other ingredients. They tend to lose their red color when cooked. Red onions are available all year. Cut the base of the onion. Plant the cutting in the pot over the container water. Place them in a location with at least 7 to 8 hours of light. Reset the pros. What I did was put the onion in a glass container with water, and as it grew, I moved it to a large container until I put in a pot. Miraculously, it is growing very well. What I learned: I am a very forgetful and distractible person, so I am not good at taking care of plants. This was a project that I didn't like because my plants weren't growing, but I started to like it when my plants start to grow. Many times we can think that something is easy until we start to doing it and we realize that it is not so easy.